welcome, List Manager Dan, Blue Abroad List Manager Dan, just to confirm that out there. Today we're going to talk about Sam Walsh, the comparisons, who is he, should we have taken Rosie, should we have taken Rankine. It's a fascinating discussion.
It is, yeah.
And it fascinates me because even some of our own supporters believe that we still should have taken Rosie, or that Rosie will be a better player. So, you hate comparing youngsters to older players because you put the pressure on them. But I guess what we're going to do today is really have a look at what is the type of game that Walsh has and who is it most similar to.
Yeah.
So who have you got here? And tell me a little bit about what is similar.
Well, we've gone with Joel Selwood, so...
Mate, let's just...
Not a bad player.
I'm not a bad player.
He's been the staple of Geelong for, the last 10, 15 years, so
Yeah.
solid footballer. Now, 2007 is highly regarded as the best year for a first-year player. So he won the Rising Star, polled exceptionally well in the Brownlow, and also ended up with a Premiership medal.
Yep.
Not a bad first year of A-grade football. So we can see his stats all across the board very similar to Joel. And bearing in mind, Joel played with Corey Enright, he had Gary Ablett there, he had Jimmy Bartell.
You do need to do that. We do need to put it into context, the type of team that he was playing with, and the role that he had. Obviously, you've got names you just mentioned who are averaging more disposals, who were their predominant midfielders. It's not to say that Joel Selwood probably couldn't average what Sam Walsh does for Carlton, but yeah, you do need to put it into context, the role and that pressure. Sam Walsh comes into a team where really he's just, he needs to really carry us in a sense. And that's crazy to think about. 18-year-old kid putting up these numbers, running in this type of capacity.
100%, yeah.
The meters gained is a very interesting one, very similar. A lot of similarities. The big differences we've got here, obviously, scoring accuracy, and I guess you could say the pressure acts as well is probably the big difference. What's that telling you?
Well, it's telling me that obviously Carlton are in a side that's losing.
Yeah.
So your second, your third efforts, you're probably going to get more of them. Having said that though, Geelong won a lot of games in that year that they shouldn't have done. So Joel had his opportunity. And I'd also say that he kind of kicks at nothing, Walsh. There's a few pocket kicks.
He's going for the
kicks to nothing.
Yeah, he's learning. We have also changed our structure completely. We've gone from a Bolton era where it was you probably had to think a little bit about what's the next kick,
yeah.
And then we've gone to Teague where it's a little bit more just go. So he's working through that. He has had a few. I think probably in the Doggies game, especially, he had a few of those kicks where it was just wasn't able to think his way through it, and he just sort of panicked a little bit. But the point of this is really, if we're even having a conversation where we're talking about Joel Selwood and Sam Walsh together,
Yeah.
the kid's doing all right.
Well, I'd say you'd look at Draft Star and Champions Data, they compared Walsh to Joel Selwood, and they compared Connor Rosie to Brett Delelio.
Right.
So you would say, here it's saying our stats are pretty spot on, 5.63 TPI for Walsh.
Yeah.
Selwood 5.98, almost identical.
Okay.
So you would say it's a fair comparison.
Yep.
And I would say most of us would say you'd rather have a Joel Selwood in your side
Okay.
than a Brett Delelio.
Yeah,
I would
can't
say.
disagree, mate. I
For
can't
me.
disagree. What about you? What do you think? It's an interesting exercise when you talk about the trajectory of Sam Walsh's career. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you still think we should have taken Rosie over him? Let us know in the comments below. Let's have a chat about it.